And throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. A first carry for Elijah Mitchell. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. Throwing Jones. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. That's pulled in at the 32. Following the punt return here, there's someone shaken up. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. They'll begin the drive with a run by Dillon. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Now Love. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Cole Kmet. A 5-yard pass on the heels of a 5-yard run. Good enough for the first.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a 1st down.
On 1st and 10, Love. He'll check this down to Hines. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
To throw again on 2nd down, Love. And that'll be complete to Dillon. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40. They will throw again here with Jordan Love. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he will have the Bears 1st down as he's able to get about 3 that time on 3rd and inches. Love now. That's going to be complete on the sideline, but, you know, that throw left him no room to run, and the good footwork nearly all for naught. Play action this time with Love. He dumps this off to Dillon underneath, and he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line. Well, we know he can run the football, too, but he's a good pass catcher. That's been on display here, Charles, on this opening drive.
And we certainly have seen the benefits of what he did in the offseason, which was spend more time with wide receivers, working on routes, working on cuts, in order to make himself a more complete running back and even more of a threat downfield.
And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line.
Nice little nifty play for him there. That's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backs out of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice 1st down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on 1st down. Dillon now on 1st and 10. And strong running there as he's inside the 10 and down to the 8-yard line. Nyheim Hines, his first carry. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3. Third and 2. Love with it. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
They were so close, that close to their first points of the game. Just needed to hang on just a second longer, but he couldn't complete the process of the catch through the jostling from the defender.
On 4th down, Love. And that is says, I think he caught it. He did, but they'll say out of bounds. It'll be incomplete. The Bears tried it on 4th down, unable to convert. And it'll be a turnover on downs. So the defense has to stay out and get one more stop. They were able to do it, forcing the incompletion.
So on their record, that goes down as a successful play. Doesn't matter how they got there, how it happened. They got it done. They're the ones that are jubilant.
From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. On 2nd down, here's Mitchell. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. 1st down, San Francisco. The pickup, 14 yards. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front and linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
Now Jones. Man open, that's Deebo Samuel. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 12 more yards there and another 1st down.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
First down, here's Mitchell. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
We knew both of these safeties were good in run support, but how about the play we just saw there? How about that closing speed? Able to get to the outside part of the field and turn that play into a loss.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Back to throw. Jones. This will be caught. It's Samuel. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 38-yard line. A good pickup there, 26 yards. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 38. On the draw, here's Mitchell. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. Another run with Mitchell. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. The Niners have the 1st down on a gain of 11. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working. I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards, but also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off. Interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. And here's another tackle made at the line. So they're converging well on the football now. Now Jones to throw on 3rd down. He finds Kittle going across the field. And he is stopped just short on 3rd down. Got 9 yards, but needed 10. Now we're going to get a stoppage. There appears to be an injured Bear on the field. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. Going for it, it's Mitchell. And he will have the 1st down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. We're scoreless after one. The 49ers with the football here to begin the second quarter. Now on first and goal, a chance to get a leg up in this NFC title game. Looking to throw. Jones. That's complete right around the 8. Here's second and goal, operating from the 8-yard line. Operating from the gun, Jones. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Second goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football, had to eat it, and ended up on the ground.
Third and goal here, a big play brewing in this NFC title game. Back to throw. Jones. Under pressure, they got him again. Nick Bosa providing a little deja vu, back-to-back sacks, and now they're staring at a fourth and long.
And it appears to me that someone's defensive coordinator is jockeying for a raise. A sack on second and goal, a sack on third and goal, now brings up a decision on fourth down.
Now Zane Gonzalez for the field goal try. From the left hash, this from 46. Gonzalez's kick is good, and the 49ers take a 3-0 lead. So after drive number 3 here, we have a score, and it's 3 points after the field goal.
I would say the feeling out process for both of these teams, I'd say it's over, partner. Everyone understands what's going on now. You've kind of probed a little bit. Now you want to start throwing the big shots. First 3 points up on the board could be significant.
Chicago works their way back onto the field here for their second drive of the game. They're coming off a fourth down gamble that last drive that backfired, CD, but really not as badly as it could. Their defense held up and only gave up 3 points.
And what they want to do is play off the momentum the defense gave them. Only giving up the 3 points in that situation after they failed on fourth down. Now they want to make it pay off. They want to pay homage to the defense and have their own drive pay off in points for themselves.
Finds Komet on the quick slant. And this is good for a first down, his second grab of this NFC Championship bout.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then of course they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
A nice burst there as they'll get about 7 that time on the first down run. On second down, another run for Dillon. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 46. To pass, here's Jordan Love. He's got the connection to Moore. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. From the 39, Love. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Komet. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33. On first down, it's Hines. Oh, felt like that move deserved more than he got there. A gain of 2. Love with a give to Dillon. And he's going to have this pretty close to a first down as the tackle is made at the Niners' 24. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. Ninth play coming up here on this drive. This is 3rd and a yard. Now it's Hines. They'll be marked inches short. No gain on the play, and that's going to lead them to 4th down.
Well, we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. And he will have the first down across the 20 to the 19-yard line. In lieu of the sneak on 4th and inches, they just say, give it to the big man in the backfield.
Yeah, fullback no less. Not many of those left in the NFL, but for those that have one, perfect time to use them, perfect time to get it done.
So this drive going to continue following the conversion on 4th. Here's 1st and 10.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. This to Hines on the drop-off.
And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. On 2nd down, Dillon.
And he's eaten up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16. On 3rd down, Love.
Open man is Kmet, the tight end.
And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches.
I thought maybe when he caught, he'd have a good chance of getting that first down, but that's a nice job of holding him up and preventing him from getting to the sticks.
They'll run for it with Dillon.
And this doesn't end well at all as they stop him far behind the line to gain. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the first down. And the 49ers are going to get the football back. And they've now made 2 trips to the red zone and still looking for their first touchdown.
Not able to punch it in, and if you're on defense, your confidence is sky high. Because mentally, you're saying, hey, you're in the red zone. We're thinking we're giving up 3. We just want to give up 6. In this case, they end up not giving up the touchdown at all. They've got to feel great about what they got done.
Over the middle, that's caught by Ross. And this is good for a first down. His 2nd grab of this NFC Championship bout.
Up the middle, here's Mitchell.
And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw him for a loss.
After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13.
Right back to Mitchell here.
And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. A reminder, as we've done all year, we'll send you to Orlando for our EA Sports halftime report in a bit. The coach is with us per usual as we start to look ahead, Charles, to our potential matchups in this year's Super Bowl.
Break it down, Coach. Break it down.
3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
That's a big conversion there on 3rd down because they did not want to give the ball up here late in the half. They'd love to take the clock all the way down and score. This will definitely help the cause.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. That's going to be caught by Samuel.
And they're going to get this up to midfield.
First down, 49ers.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. From the 45 on second down, Jones. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. And they'll be in search of 6 yards here on third down. This is now the 9th play of the drive. They'll look to throw again. And that will be incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. One incompletion, two incompletion. They're going for more.
And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot. And that will keep this a 3-point game.
And now 2 problems as I see it. First, you missed the kick, which granted was a long one. But second, you set the other guys up with great field position and enough time to maybe get downfield and get a field goal attempt of their own.
Well, the Bears going to take over now late in this first half. Kind of a lucky break on the prior drive, Charles. The turnover on downs that the offense had didn't come back to bite them after the other side. Their defense came through, was able to hold them without any points.
I would agree with you, partner. A little bit of a lucky break indeed, but you know what they'd say to us. No luck, just pure skill. We rose to the challenge, and we didn't permit a score. That's how we roll.
Well, I'm kind of curious, Charles, if they might temper their aggressiveness now offensively if they get in that 4th down spot again.
Yeah, one would think so, but maybe because they held them, they might go for it again.
Could we get a touchdown in this first half after all? It's 1st and 10. Love looking to throw it. That ball caught by the former Toledo Rocket, Deontay Johnson. And the ball on the 30. Here's 2nd and 4. To the air again, Love. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. To throw now, here's Love. And that's going to be too high, out of bounds and incomplete. The kick by Lutz is good, and that will tie us at 3-3. So that kick gives them their first points of the game, CD, and it comes on the 3rd drive, but hopefully for them that's a spark that gets that offense going.
Yeah, and I would say if you're the offensive play caller, as you look at your sheet, you're trying to find that part on there that unlocks bigger points. They've struggled with a few drives so far, finally got 3 out of it. How do you find the end zone? That's what he's searching for now.
So we've reached halftime here in the NFC Championship as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks. As always, one half remains in the battle to see who will take home that George Halas Trophy and represent the NFC in the Super Bowl. We'll get back to you guys in just a moment. But first, let's look back to the AFC Championship game held earlier today. And it's the Indianapolis Colts who are heading to the Super Bowl as they await the winner of this NFC Championship game. We continue on with a check of the next-gen stats in that first half for the Niners. And they didn't get a whole lot done in the rushing department in those first 2 quarters. They probably feel pretty lucky to be tied here at halftime.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. From the 6. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. So here's the Bears offense now as they get set to start this 3rd quarter. And, CD, we are in for a very intriguing second half. This is what we wanted, all tied. This is what postseason football is all about.
It certainly is, and doesn't it speak to the parity in the NFL? Roughly half the teams that made the playoffs the year before miss the next year, get replaced. We know it's an any given Sunday mentality. Nothing's easy in the playoffs, but when you have your shot, they're eager to seize it.
A 2nd down throw for Love. He finds his man Johnson. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. This is good for a first down. His second grab in this NFC Championship bout.
Doesn't matter whether it's a zone coverage or man coverage, the drag route can be effective when it's run well.
Man, I just love being in this stadium. So much history, tradition, so many great teams and games, and we're seeing a pretty good one right now. Hotly contested in the third quarter.
And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. Second down coming up. On 2nd and 7, Love. He'll check it down, complete to Dillon. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on first down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Now Love. The pass underneath. Here's Hines with it. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
Now we're going to get a stoppage. Appears to be an injured Bear on the field.
While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Up the middle they run. Here's Dillon. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Throwing. Love. Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
Love with it here, 3rd and short yardage. And this is caught by Watkins.
And he will have the Bears first down as this defense unable to hold. It's a 7-yard gain there on 3rd and 2.
Gotta say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, it's Love.
He'll dump this down to Dillon. That's complete. Running up the middle, here's Dillon. 43 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
They run with Hines. This will be a 5-yard pickup as they move it from the 20 to the 15. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Here's Love. They go screen with Dillon. Touchdown! A.J. Dillon, a 15-yard touchdown grab.
And the Bears have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the second half. Well, that is a running back who is not about to go down easily. He fought his way through the contact until the seas opened up for him.
Will Lutz on for the point after. And it is up. And it's good. That'll make our score 10-3 now. That one in the books as a 12-play drive. And it culminates in a touchdown for Chicago. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here's a look at the 49ers offense as they make their way out for their first possession of the second half.
And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point. But it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
16 yards right off the bat and a first down.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now Jones. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Jones. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. Nick Bosa, his 2nd sack of the night.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. Throwing Jones. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And here's a fair catch taken at about the 24-yard line. They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Jordan Love ready on 1st down here. A throw left side taken in by Kmet. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. Now we're going to get a stoppage. Appears to be an injured Bear on the field. Well, hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Here's Hines. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. They'll try and run for the first with Dillon. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. Give him 5 yards there, and it's enough for the first.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. To pass, here's Jordan Love. Finding more on the out route for the completion. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Love over the middle, and that's caught by Kmet. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. So the PI decline, and that'll give them a fresh set of downs.
And when you scout tight ends, one thing you want to know, just how strong they are. And we saw it in evidence there. He was able to fight through all the contact and still secure the football.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Going back to Love. He dumps this off to Dillon underneath. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. Love from the gun. He's going to wind up and air it out.
And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. The kick by Lutz is good, and they will stretch their lead to 10 now at 13-3. So the lead extended. I think at this point you say, hey, defense, take us to the end.
Well, if I got some good music to put to that, I could have a good country hit. I like the way you expressed yourself there. I think the offense has done enough so far. But like you say, if your defense is only giving up 3 points, it makes it a lot easier to settle for field goals on this side of the ball.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. They're in a 13-3 hole here now as they come up on 1st down. Throwing to start the drive. Jones. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. A shotgun handoff to Mitchell. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down. Jones now on 3rd and 2. To the right side, it's caught by Mitchell. So they'll wind up losing 5 yards on the play, and that's going to bring up the 4th down.
No surprise they decided to throw on 3rd down. A little bit of a surprise that they completed the pass and lost yardage on the play.
Here comes the 49ers punter now as he's on here to punt it away. And here's Rodgers on the return. So a change of possession here on the punt. The Chicago offense set to get started. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
On 2nd and 10. Love. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Love. Going deep here for Watkins. And he's got it inside the 10. Touchdown Bears. Quez Watkins. 63 yards. And the Bears will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd. On this stage, conference championship game, every play is magnified, and that was a big play.
No doubt about it. One thing that has these guys a step away from a shot at the big game, their big play ability. They can strike from anywhere.
Lutz to try to add the PAT. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And the end result is a Bears touchdown. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. The 49ers offense now, they get set to head back on the field. And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3-and-out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
One quarter remains until the NFC crowns its champion. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at Soldier Field. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. It's 49er football, but some ground to cover. They find themselves behind as we hit the 4th and final quarter.
And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this. So, roughing the passer penalty, never one that you like to see.
Not at all, and especially when you're in that final push of the season. You can't afford to get your quarterback hurt before the playoffs roll around, and we know they'll be here before you know it.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing again, Jones.
He finds Kittle going across the field.
And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 28. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels a little bit cheap. But if they trim that lead down to just 2 scores, that's still a benefit to this squad.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit.
A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Back to throw again. That's going to be caught by Samuel.
And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here.
And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets them up now 1st and goal.
At the 8-yard line.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And that's incomplete. Nothing on first down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, 2nd and goal. Again, he'll drop to throw. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. They call it a loss of a yard there. And this brings up a 3rd and goal.
Heck of a play there to get to him quickly and get him down for a loss.
I think they did a really nice job getting ready for this game, scouting, watching film, and understanding defensively what the play design was.
This likely a must-have, 3rd and goal.
Looking to throw. Jones. And he wisely will throw that one away. Gonzalez's kick is good, and that will close the gap down to 14. Well, with that field goal, you can argue they needed to get back within 2 scores, and they did indeed do that, but still a pretty uphill battle.
Still going to take 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns to get back into it. And as you and I know, that's a tall order against any NFL defense. They're going to need their own defense to make some plays as well to give them an opportunity.
Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field.
And the pieces have fallen into place to this point. They've got a 2-score lead in the 4th quarter. A berth to the Super Bowl resting on their ability to see this one through to the end.
Love now to pass on first down.
He'll get that complete to his tight end, Kmet.
And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
That's tough to play zone defense when they can just curl up right there in front of you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we're talking about finding the soft spot. Defensively, how do you make sure they don't find the soft spot like they did there?
Tough to do, because what they normally will do is run routes that'll pull you out of that spot that they want to get into. That's what we call not taking the cheese, right? Don't go for the mousetrap. But it's hard to do because when you see a guy cutting that in that direction, you tend to go towards it.
It's a pickup of 10 and a Bears first down. Off the play fake, Love. To the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feet down complete. Throwing again on second down. Love. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He's going to look deep for more. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there. That brings up fourth. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down close to the goal line at the 1-yard line. Amazing. Perfectly placed. If that ball goes one extra yard, maybe not even an extra yard, the starting point is the 20.
So there is a reason that a lot of punters are also excellent golfers. They know distance control. You know what else they have? Same groove motion over and over. Once they have that down, it repeats under pressure.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Jones. He's going to have the hook up to Ross. And able to get it across the 10 to the 15. Trying to escape the shadow of their goalpost. That helped. 10 yards. First down. Fourth quarter, every drive so critical. And you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the second touchdown. You got the first one for the second one to even matter.
Jones throw taken in by Samuel. And he'll be stopped right at the 30. On a play that started back at the 15, they pick up 15.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together? And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. Line of scrimmage, the 24. This is 2nd and 6. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete. The offense on 3rd down tonight, just one conversion and 8 tries. Not good. This will be 3rd and 6. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. To throw now, here's Love. And the catch made by Johnson. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and look like turtle at this point. You just go ahead and play.
Dillon now on 1st and 10. This will be a 5-yard pickup as they move it from the 20 to the 15. On 2nd down, another run for Dillon. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. And they get to hoist the Hallis Trophy.
football.
No more distractions. It's time to get this one started as here we go. Super Bowl 61 is underway. And we will not have a return, so the first drive of the Super Bowl will begin at the 25. So the Colts now coming out for their opening drive. And they will be led out by their rookie quarterback.
And as we know and as we've discussed here in the run-up to this game, this is history in the making. The first rookie quarterback to ever start in a Super Bowl. An absolutely tremendous accomplishment, something no one else has done. But he doesn't want to just go down as the first to make a Super Bowl. He's told us all week he's here to win it.
A carry by Taylor to start the drive. And a short pickup to about the 27. It'll be second down.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. They go to the ground again with Taylor. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's third down. Back to throw. Sears. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he goes out right around the 39. Give him 7 yards on the play as they do pick up the third down conversion.
Now that's absolutely frustrating for a defender.
And now some disagreement down on that sideline. The red flag is out, and we're going to get a challenge. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call. So the challenge there does not go their way. This will indeed remain a completed pass. 1st and 10, Taylor now.
And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Sears. This will be taken in by Michael Pittman. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. His first catch of this Super Bowl, and it'll be good for a first down.
Well, he obviously red man coverage their partner, and he got downfield, broke down the defender, made him
What do you mean by that, Bert?
Yeah, he made him think he was going to run a different route. Probably thought he was going to take it upfield. Then he curls back inside for the completion.
A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
Running left, Taylor. And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Looking to throw. Sears. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And he's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown.
Michael Pittman
with a first touchdown of the Super Bowl, and a long one at that.
And the Colts are on the board first here in this Super Bowl.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson.
From the 6. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
So here now the Bears offense for their first drive of the game.
They'll be led out by a first-round pick in the 2020 draft out of Utah State. This is Jordan Love.
And he spoke very eloquently and passionately on Media Day about what a victory here would mean for him. He knows this just isn't any other game. This is the kind of game that stays with you for a lifetime. If there's anyone on this field tonight who's most ready for this moment, I think it's this man right here.
The drive starts with a carry by Dillon.
And he'll power his way forward for about 4 yards there on the first down carry.
On 2nd down, another run for Dillon.
And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. Love looking to throw it.
He'll get that complete to his tight end, Cole Kmet.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. He was a 1,000-yard receiver during the regular season, and that's his first catch of this Super Bowl, and he picks up the first down. Throwing. Love over the middle and into the hands of his receiver, Moore.
And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
To throw again on second down.
Love.
That ball caught by the former Toledo Rocket, Deontay Johnson. Again, it's Love.
He's got the connection to Moore. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. They'll try the left side with Dillon.
And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. Nyheim Hines, his first carry. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. On 3rd and 1, Love to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. On 4th down, they'll try and run for it. And he gets the first down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6. 1st and goal, and a chance to get that initial touchdown right back.
They'll run here with Dillon.
And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line. It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. Now Love. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. DJ Moore from 8 yards out.
And the Bears are an extra point away from tying up this Super Bowl.
Lutz with the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So that drive, 12 plays in length.
And it concludes with a touchdown reception by DJ Moore.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away.
And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25.
Second drive coming up here for the Indianapolis Colts.
So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent author a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. His first catch of this Super Bowl, and it'll be good for a first down.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass in the first drive, it comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
A really nice throw there to pick up the first down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations. Ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be locked in for this one.
It's a short one here, complete to his tight end.
They'll try and run for the first with Taylor.
And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. Give them the third down conversion, 5 yards on the play.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense, though? That looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
Throwing on first down. Sears eluding the pressure right. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a halt.
A lot still to go here in Super Bowl 61. We have reached the end of one quarter of play. We'll be back in just a moment.
7-all is the score. We'll return after this message. You're watching the NFL, and it's right here on EA Sports.
And we are back, Super Bowl 61. Thanks for joining us, everybody, nationwide and around the globe as both teams get set to begin the second quarter. And good space to operate there as he takes this down inside the 45-yard line. So they cite the right guard this time with a holding penalty.
And so many different assignments you can have at that position, and sometimes you might just be a step too late and have to grab and hold on.
On second down, it's Taylor. And a good push there defensively as they stop him at the 48. Gain of just 1.
To throw on third down, Sears.
And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35. Charles, to move the chains that time, they had to complete it into double coverage, and they got it done.
And it's never easy overcoming multiple defenders, but he sure made it look simple. Found the right spot to exploit and won his one-on-two matchup.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 36.
Up the middle, here's Taylor.
And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple. Operating from the gun, Sears.
Now this will be swung out wide for Taylor. And they're going to move it down to inside the 25.
On first down, Sears to the sideline. Wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds. To throw on second down, Sears. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. They'll look to throw again. This is caught, and he doesn't quite make it, taking it with an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. His second catch of the Super Bowl, and it's good enough for a first down.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, you just need the tip of the ball to cross the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with 1st and goal.
And he gets halfway there, down to the 1-yard line. Second and goal from the 1.
Taylor, no signal, and now they say he did not get in. He is stonewalled at the 1.
It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down.
That's a nice example of good team defense right there. Ball was snapped at the 1-yard line. They knocked him back and caused a loss. But you notice they were trying to find any type of a gap to run through. Wasn't one available, and they stuffed the play right there in the middle of the field.
Third and goal, a big play in this Super Bowl. Here's Taylor again, and I don't think he got in. He did not. They mark him short of the goal line.
No gain on the play, and what to do now on 4th and goal.
This is a long drive offensively. Wouldn't you hate to end this with just 3 points?
Doesn't it feel like during a ball game you have certain narratives going on and there's certain drives that seem to take on just a bit more importance than others? This feels like one of those, doesn't it? To me, 3 points here, a major letdown. This is the time to go and put 6 on the board.
Carlson able to put this one through, and they take the lead here now at 10-7.
So 3 points on the board, as easy a field goal as you're going to get, but I can see you shaking your head.
I love that peripheral vision of yours, partner, because to me, if it's the 4th quarter and you're up 6, I get it. But now, even if you run and don't get in, you're still setting them up to go a long field, 98, 99-yard drive. How do you look at your defense and not give them that opportunity?
Chicago works their way back onto the field here for their second drive of the game. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Looking for Watkins, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Grant Delpit. And the Colts are going to take possession of the football. Boy, that one was in the air for an agonizingly long time.
Just begging to be picked off, wasn't it? It's one thing if you're throwing a ball like that, trying to throw someone open or lead them into an area. But that ball needed to be thrown with a lot more conviction. As a result, it's an easy interception.
Here comes Jonathan Taylor and his teammates.
We're in the second quarter. They've got the lead. The lead, though, not so much because of the ground game, because air attack, Charles.
So what they're seeing so far is the possibility of things loosening up later in the ground game. Through the air first, maybe they have to start respecting that even more as the game goes on, and then there will be running lanes to find later.
Yeah, trying to get him more involved here on this drive, maybe. On 1st and 10, Sears. And he's got his man in stride, complete.
And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Sears got a man, and he hits him in stride. Call it a gain of 3 on the play, and they're going to have a 3rd down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
They'll run for it. It's Taylor.
And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. Deep in the red zone, seemed like they had their mind made up that was 4-down territory, and now they've got it inside the 5.
I like the way you looked at that, because you're thinking just like a play caller and a head coach who gave the play caller that authority. It was 4-down territory.
And he takes it in for a Colts score.
Jonathan Taylor
taking it in from 4 yards out. And they are able to add on to their advantage. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told.
And it was capped off by a Jonathan Taylor touchdown.
And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field.
As the offense comes out here, Charles, maybe perhaps a bit more of a focus on the run game for this drive after tossing an interception on the previous one?
I think that's a good way to look at it and a good way to think about it, but maybe they get to it in a little bit different way, because after you throw an interception, you want to make sure you keep your quarterback's confidence high. So maybe give him a couple easy throws that he can complete, and then get to the running game and try and get things settled down.
Yeah, and still in the first half here, a long way to go.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. 2 minutes on the clock in the second quarter of this Super Bowl. A reminder, as we did all through the regular season, we'll check in with Jonathan Coachman at halftime. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half of play.
Love's throw taken in by Watkins here. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
He'll find Hines out of the backfield.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45. Love.
And it's incomplete.
No coverage bust by the defense here. They did a nice job accounting for everybody, and that led to an incompletion.
Going back to Love.
And that'll be complete to Dillon. And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. If points result, we'll call this play significant.
A 1st and 10 here, and you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a one-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost. Love. To the right side, and he's got more complete. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
1st down, going to the air with Love. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. So on 2nd down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. This is a 49-yard attempt, right hash. The kick by Lutz is good, and they're back within a touchdown. It's 17-10. So as it turns out, that sack doesn't wind up costing them, Charles. They at least get points, get 3 of them.
Yeah, that's where your kicker can really come to your rescue because, you know, after the sack, there was a little consternation there. Are we out of field goal range? Are we going to be able to get 3? In this case, he stepped right up and gave them exactly what they needed.
And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. He'll take the knee, and the final couple seconds will tick by in this first half. So we've reached halftime here in the Super Bowl. As we go up to Orlando now and hand it over to Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. What a season this has been. Hard to believe it ends tonight. As we'll get back to you guys for the second half of this Super Bowl in just a moment. On now to a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Colts. And they've had some success on the ground. And with the lead going into the second half, they'll no doubt be looking to keep it going. Meanwhile, for the Bears, there's a look at what they were able to do throwing the football. And they'll need to get things in gear as they trail here at the break.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. Now, that should give him a spark. He's across the 40 to the 43. But the Bears offense set to go to begin the third quarter. And they trail here in the Super Bowl, but fortunately for them, Charles, very much still within striking range.
Yeah, things didn't go exactly the way they planned in the first half. To me, they appeared to be a little bit tight, made a few errors they normally wouldn't. But, of course, this is the Super Bowl, so things get a little bit heightened in that regard. But I think they have to feel a little fortunate. They're only down what they are here starting the third quarter.
He'll check this down to Hines. And he'll get it down here to the 43. 7 yards there and a first down.
That was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? 2nd and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
Love with a give to Dillon. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. On 2nd and 9, Love. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. And this is off target to the left. Didn't get there anyway. It's no good, and this will stay at a 7-point game. Down here in the third quarter, obviously that's one they could have used.
Yeah, one of my favorite special teams coaches in the NFL told me what separates the kickers in the NFL versus the ones who are not is not the misses. It's the second miss in a row. Best kickers in the league, they don't miss 2 in a row. He's got to get his head back together in case he gets another shot.
They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive. And that play will go nowhere. losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. Second down, another run with Taylor.
And he's got it across midfield and into Bear territory.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
On third down, Sears. Flushed out right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. The Colts send out their punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Fair catch called. It's taken in right at the 20-yard line. Just 34 yards on the punt there. No return. Jordan Love ready on first down here. Now the ball comes loose. They'll call it luck or skill, whatever the case is. They're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill, but the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you retain possession, that's all you're looking for.
On third down, Love. And this is caught by Watkins. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Throwing on first down, Sears.
That's complete to his running back, Taylor.
And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. To throw on second down, Sears. Wright's got it. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. Running straight ahead, Taylor.
And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Back to throw. Sears. Complete to Wright. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Indianapolis moving the chains there on a gain of 12. So after 2 first downs, they get another here. 1st and 10 at the 45. Operating from the gun, Sears.
He'll drop this down to Taylor, and he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going.
It's a short one here, complete to his tight end.
And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
Back to throw again. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end.
And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
Again, he'll drop to throw.
And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 23.
First down, Sears to the right side, complete to Taylor, and able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will. On the handoff, this is Taylor, and he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line.
Multiple defenders there to drop him for a loss of 4.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. The kick by Carlson is good, and they double him up here. That makes our score 20-10.
So the lead grows here incrementally, but I think the way their defense is playing, you feel okay with just getting through.
They've definitely been stout so far, but now that can all change because if one guy gets loose for 70 yards, this is a different game. But as it stands, field goals are good. Just keep adding to that lead.
And able to break this out all the way to the 38-yard line. Great return.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 38.
They'll begin the drive with a run by Dillon.
And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. 2nd down coming up. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Love going to keep it on the option.
And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47.
And that'll do it for the 3rd quarter of Super Bowl 61. The culmination of the season and the crowning of a champion after the 4th quarter, which is coming up next.
We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Looking left side, that's caught by Moore.
And he will have the Bears 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, every drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a 1-score game. But I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try and get the ball back again.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. Throwing again on 2nd and 10.
Love.
Over the middle, he's got Watkins. Oh, no, he lost the football. And I believe the Colts have recovered. Yes, they have. A lot of talk this week about ball security. In fact, they added an extra period in practice to be more secure with the ball. It didn't work out there.
Well, sometimes you just get overexcited during the game. You may all of a sudden make your catch, see some open field, and decide you're going for it, and not realizing the danger lurks while you're doing so, and there's your end result right there.
And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a 1st down.
As we both know, there's a lot that went into why they made him their 1st-round pick this year. And part of it was what they saw in college, his playmaking ability when things break down. As soon as he saw he wasn't getting a lane to throw, he pivoted and found an alternate way to the marker.
And he'll work this one up to about the 38.
76 yards rushing for him now to this point. 2nd down, another run with Taylor.
And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
On 3rd down, here's Taylor.
And he will have the 1st down as he's brought down up near midfield. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive continues.
They run once more with Taylor.
And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 38-yard line. A 14-yard gain for Indianapolis and also move the sticks.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a 1st down.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 38.
They'll run the toss here with Taylor.
And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
Open man is Duvernay. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
To throw on third down. Sears. And this one is incomplete. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. On the right hash, officially this will be a 51-yard attempt. The kick by Carlson is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
So that maybe not a knockout blow, but I suppose certainly every little bit helps when you're trying to salt one away into fourth.
Well, the possibility of being beaten by 2 late touchdowns or at least sent to overtime does exist. The time, definitely a big factor at this stage of the game, is in their favor.
The Bears offense now heading back out onto the field.
Right now, they're in a bit of a tough spot here, CD. You trail them by double digits. Remember the last time out, they fumbled. They're going to have to play some clean football here on this possession.
And all the talk on their sideline has been about taking care of the football, making sure that they're handling the ball correctly. So you know they'll be squeezing the rock pretty tight here. They just have to be careful not to go so hard in doing that they actually cause themselves other problems. Take care of the ball, but still try and play free and natural.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Love now.
They'll get this into the hands of Dillon, complete.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Love over the middle and into the hands of his receiver Moore. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another 1st down at the Colts 43. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that earns him a fresh set of downs. Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 43. They run with Hines. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Now Love. Over the middle, complete. That's Hines.
And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
The Bears on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. To pass, here's Jordan Love. Looking right side, and that's complete to Watkins. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Love now to pass on 1st down. He gets this one to Johnson.
And they're going to get this down inside the 20. On 2nd down, Dillon.
And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
To throw now, here's Love.
A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Up the middle they go. Hines. And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. Throwing. Love.
That's complete right side to Kmet.
And they're able to corral him right around the 8, and that's short of the 1st down. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that'll bring up 4th down. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. They come up on a 4th down situation with things not looking particularly rosy. And he's able to pick up the 1st before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. This is caught. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. And he's got it. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. Love, this is 3rd and goal. And this is intercepted, and that should do it.
Picked off by Shaquille Leonard, the line.